Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Luther Family Ford. It's the May Salute to Service here. I'm joined by Brian Mosher, the General Manager here at Luther, and a whole bunch of good-looking Luther Family Ford people. So thanks, everybody, for coming to hang out here, too. And got some good friends from the West Fargo PD here as well. So thanks to everybody for being here and for making time to be with us. Brian, this is one of the highlights of our month. I know you enjoy it, too.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's nice to pay it back to these guys who are out there on the streets protecting us every day. So it's great to have this, these groups come in and honor the people that protect us 24/7. So
yeah, well, spring is here. Although I think we've had winter and summer in the last week or so, but spring is here, and that means people are getting outside a little bit more, and things tend to get a little more interesting for the men and women who are on patrol. So we appreciate the work that Pete and his team do, as well as all law enforcement across our community. My name is Steve Hallstrom. On behalf of all of our team members at Fieldstone Group, Flag Family Media, we are glad to be here today, and we're very thankful for the gang at West Fargo PD for all the good work that they do in the community. And it's an honor for us to be a part of this ceremony and a chance to salute law enforcement once a month today. We are honoring Officer Michelson today, but really we're saying a big thank you to everybody involved at West Fargo PD. We appreciate you guys all and ladies all very much. The men and women of the West Fargo PD serve us 24/7, 365, and we couldn't be more proud to give a little bit of attention to that great department and a couple of key people here today. So with that being said, it's time to announce and celebrate our honoree for this month. So would you please join me in giving a big round of applause to Officer John Mickelson. John, thanks for coming out today. Congratulations on this. What does it mean to you to be honored today in this way?
It's pretty great to be recognized, and have a lot of support in this department where I'm at, so I'm very grateful for that. The community has been great as well, so it makes the job a lot easier when you're surrounded by good people all over.
What does it mean to have a bunch of your colleagues here with you today?
They're always there for me when I need them, so I wasn't worried. I knew they'd show up today for me as well, so very grateful.
They'll probably be keeping you humble at some point along the way too.
So absolutely.
That's all part of the fun of working with a team. We're going to hear from John more in a little bit, but first of all, let me tell you a little bit about him. Officer John Mickelson, originally from Rolla, North Dakota, raised in Can-Do, has built a distinguished career rooted in dedication, initiative, and service. After graduating from North Star High School in 2006, he earned a degree in social sciences from the University of North Dakota, later completed the Peace Officer Training Program at Lake Region State College in 2016. He began his public safety career as a 911 dispatcher before becoming a patrol officer with the Devils Lake Police Department in 2017. There he served on the SWAT team in multiple roles, including medic, team leader, and sniper. In April of 2024, he joined the West Fargo Police Department. Known for his thorough investigative work, Officer Michelson consistently goes above and beyond, often pursuing complex cases independently to ensure that justice is served. His proactive efforts, including drafting advanced search warrants and maintaining strong interdepartmental collaboration, have earned him respect across the department. His work ethic and commitment to continuous growth reflect the mission and values of the West Fargo Police Department. Outside of uniform, John enjoys weightlifting, gunsmithing, reloading, and gaming. His well-rounded skill set, both professional and personal, make him a valued member of the department. In recognition of his outstanding contributions, Officer Michelson was recently selected as the West Fargo Police Department's Employee of the Quarter for Quarter 2 of 2025. We want to say thanks to Officer Mickelson and everybody at West Fargo Police Department for making us aware of what an outstanding public servant we have here. So, John, you're raised in Rolla, ended up in Detroit, Devils Lake, and then down here in West Fargo as well. So tell me what kind of brought you down to West Fargo if you were serving in Devils Lake at the time. What brought you this way?
My better half moved down here.
Okay.
Yep. She moved down here, got a job, and I followed shortly thereafter and been here ever since.
Yeah, and they were glad to have you, I bet. So
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
So,
did you always want to be in law enforcement?
No. I went throughout college, UND. I kind of started getting an interest in it at that point. Spent a few more years just working, customer service jobs, things like that. And then as I got a little older, a little more mature and stuff like that, then I made the decision to go to the academy and start pursuing this career.
There's probably more customer service in this job, though,
Absolutely.
than people would believe. Tell me about that.
Absolutely, yes. Learning how to speak with people and listen to people is very important. And I got a lot of that in the customer service industry prior to that. So that's been very helpful.
Yeah, I think a lot of us feel like when you're on the police force or on the police on patrol, you're kind of barking orders and you're giving commands, this is how it's going to be or whatever. But I bet there's a lot of interaction that goes into most interactions that maybe people don't realize.
Yeah, giving orders is obviously a part of the job, but also listening to people. It's usually when we show up, it's the person's worst day, you know, no matter what it is. Being able to listen to them and connect to them is very important for our job.
What do you enjoy most about what you do?
I do enjoy helping people. I know that's kind of the standard answer that everybody gives you when asked that question, but I enjoy helping people and getting them justice, no matter what the call may have been.
Yeah.
So.
And we hear that so often in law enforcement. It's, you know, people get in law enforcement, drive fast and shoot a gun and wear a badge, but we hear that all the time about how much we really want to make a difference in the community, so that's great to hear. What are some of the most challenging parts about what you do? What are some of the hard things?
Not getting the conclusion that I want, you know, when a case comes to me, wanting to get that family or victim justice, not being able to, you know, whether I may not know everything on how to get there. That's frustrating for me, is having to go back to that person and tell them, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to get you justice in this incident, you know. And it makes you feel like a failure at that point. I don't enjoy that.
Yeah.
I like to get justice for my victims.
Tell me about the teamwork that goes into doing what you do and trying to get that justice. It's got to be a complex network of people that really help you get to where you need to get to.
Whether it's other citizens, you know, providing video, which is also a lot of cases is very helpful. Our entire department, investigators, intel analysts, other patrol officers, everybody kind of comes together and we're all trying to, you know, meet our goal of justice, you know, and it's great when that all works and everything, and it's been very great down here.
Do you spend most of your time during your shift on patrol or doing investigations behind the scenes? Tell us a little bit about what the day-to-day looks like for you.
My main focus is patrol, you know, responding to calls and enforcing traffic and stuff like that. I do have self-initiated caseload where I'm writing warrants for and things like that I also need to focus on and get done on the daily basis as well. But yes, I am a patrol officer and that is my main job.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in the 8 years or so that you've been doing what you've been doing, working for the police, how has the job changed? Has there been much change in 8 years, or do you look at it and say, man, the job is really different than the one I took when I started in 2017?
It has definitely changed. As everyone in here knows, COVID played a big role in how drastically our job changed. You know, not being able to maybe, you know, just bring everybody to jail and stuff like that, where we had to find other avenues to get into the court process and things like that. That was a big change. I think we've weathered through it just fine as a whole. But other than that, the job itself is the same. I mean, there's a goal, we have a job, we're representing the victims that, you know, are victimized in our communities, and that's what we're here for. What
are your career goals? Do you hope to be a chief of police someday, or what? Keep doing what you're doing now? What would you like to do eventually?
For right now, just keep doing what I'm doing. I've never seen myself in his shoes or anything like that. I think that takes a special person to be able to manage a whole department like that. I would obviously like to get into investigations at some point where I can more focus in on that part of the job. But patrol is the most important part of a police force, I believe. You're the people that go out, you're meeting the community on a daily basis. So that's always important to me as well.
We always hear that in the springtime things change, it gets a little crazier. Do you see that, or is that just a kind of urban legend that we hear?
No, absolutely. I mean, with warmer temperatures, people come outside more. It's just, and then there's more interaction between the public, you know. And yes, so as it gets warmer, it can get wild. Yep.
Well, that keeps the days moving along, though, as you're not watching the clock much anyway.
No, you don't. Yeah, you don't have time when the calls are coming in crazy, and you're just going. Next thing you know, it's the end of your shift, and time for you to go home.
Yeah, then that's a good thing. Yeah. I'm going to wander over here and talk to Chief Nielsen here for a moment. Pete, we read some great information about him, but speak from the heart, if you would, please. What does he mean to your team?
Yeah, John is one of our lateral transfers, which is very important because we're a young department, and to have somebody that comes in with 7-8 years of experience and is that informal leader on patrol and has the knowledge to do some of these things, it's very important to have that. we have young officers who are watching and seeing that he's, developing caseloads and writing search warrants. It's important to allow them that experience so they get to see it as well. So we're very lucky that John decided to come to our department, and he's a great addition.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on in West Fargo. What do people need to know about? What would you like the public's help with in West Fargo? Give us some trends and some things that you're thinking about these days now as the weather starts getting warmer.
I think like anything else, it's the end of the school year. Kids are going to be out and about. They're going to be running around on sidewalks and playing outside, and with that, just to be careful as you drive through residential neighborhoods, watching for the kids. I think that's the most important thing, and as the last few days of school come to a conclusion, they get extremely excited, and sometimes they're entering the streets or the roadways without looking. So just be more vigilant as you move about the community.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Chief, and thank you for all you and your team do in our community. We appreciate you very much. Thanks for doing this. Brian, from a business owner's perspective, if you want to just talk for a minute about law enforcement and how much you rely on knowing there's good men and women on patrol doing what they're doing, a job that you used to have back in the day, so I know you got a soft spot in your heart for them, but it means a lot to business owners here in this community.
Absolutely. I mean, with the nice weather, there's definitely more people out and about at all hours of the day and night, and with all of this inventory out here in our building and things like that, we really appreciate them driving through here once in a while and making their presence known.
Yep. And on days like today when we have a bunch of them, it feels especially good to be out here. So
absolutely, it's kind of interesting to see some of the looks on people's faces. They walk in the door when we're having our ceremony. It's pretty interesting.
No, we're not in trouble here, honest. We're doing just fine. All right, Luther Family Ford, Brian also donating a $100 gift card to Officer Michelson today. And John, you had a place where you thought that should go.
Yes, I would like it to go to the Salvation Army Red Cross.
Yeah, they do great work day in and day out in our community. Can't think of a better place for that to go. Sandy's Donuts also saying thank you. We'll be delivering some goodies to the West Fargo PD and here at Luther Family Ford as well. We have created an honoree section on our website, am1100theflag.com, where you can see more about Officer Michelson and all of the other honorees that we've had in this program. And in the days ahead, we'll be inviting John to join us on the Need to Know Morning Show with Kevin and Alex as our community VIP coming up in the days ahead. Last thing I always like to say is that at our company, when there is action taken by law enforcement and it makes the news, we give the benefit of the doubt to the men and women who have gone through that training, that are equipped to handle those situations that come up. And we know there's a lot of training and it never really ends for those guys and those ladies. So we definitely appreciate them, and we give that benefit of the doubt to those people who protect and serve our community. Again, as we finish up here today, would you please join me in giving a big round of applause to our honoree for this month, Officer John Mickelson. And we'll see you back here next time on AM1100theflag.com. Take care.